Hello Dino Peeps, today we talk about Astraeos, and we talk about the question if this map is a new fan favorite or just an unfinished cash grab. I have played for a few days now and I am ready to give you my impression. This is my very own opinion, and we talk about the good, the bad, and also the ugly, so let's go! Astraeos has sparked some controversy within the ARK community, as it is the first paid map for ARK Survival Ascended while not being finished. And while this is a valid talking point, I think it's also important to put things into context, because while it is easier to see everything black and white, it's often more nuanced than that. Let's talk about the state of the map. Astraeos in its form right now is not finished, but it is already massive. A lot of space for many bases and a lot of nice base spots are available for everyone. One thing I really appreciate is the existence of non-resource caves, because many PvE servers forbid building in resource caves, and now I can finally live my dream of being a cave dweller after all. Aside the size, the map is also stunning. The ancient Greek vibes are there through ruins, statues, and even own custom music. 2 whitelisted custom cosmetic mods also provide structure skins and outfits to fully support your ancient Greek cosplay playthrough. Let's talk about the risk of buying an unfinished map that might not get finished. The map developer of this map is Nikatos. He was part of the development team for Valguero, and he's also working on the ASA version of Valguero. He also made Svartalfheim and Fjordor. His track record of finishing maps and his work ethics have always been one of the most flawless ones in the ARK modding community. And while maybe not everyone can handle his bluntness about his work and the visions he has with his maps, so far he has always delivered, and I have no fear that this will be different for Astraeos. But I overall agree that a paid beta access to a map is somewhat iffy. Paid content should be finished. But the nuance to this is, Astraeos is already more polished and finished than other finished maps that have been available. So I see this map already as a net positive for players, because even if he never finishes the rest of the map, it's already raising the standards for every map coming after Astraeos. And on top, the feedback coming in now through playing can also influence the direction Astraeos might go. And Nikatos also has a track record of asking questions to the community and involving community decisions into his own decision progress. Of course, if the answers are respectful. With Astraeos, we also get a new creature called the Maeguana, which is a reptile version of the Maewing. The decision to add it must have been relatively last minute, as even Nikatos said there wouldn't be a new creature on the map until fairly recent before the map release. And I'm torn when it comes to the Migana. First, because, like probably everyone else, I love the Maewing. They are my favorite mount to get around on the map, and as a breeder, their feeding trough and nanny abilities and baby transportation is very valuable. But on the other hand, it is very clear that the Maeguana was used as a decision maker for people if they want the map or not. Maewings have become a staple, one of the most important tames in ASE, and the fact that we wouldn't get them until next year has turned people sad, disappointed, and angry. Now they are walled behind a paid map, and I'm torn because ultimately they are transferable and people can own them and use them even if they don't have the map. They just need someone to get them for you. And in single player, you can probably just spawn them in. So while it's a weird move, at least there's a workaround if you really don't want the map but you want the Maeguana. But putting them on a paid map for sure leaves some weird aftertaste. Another important question will be what happens with the Maewing. Its unique space in the game has been taken by the Maeguana. And without a TLC, once the Maewing is released, I feel like its uniqueness is in danger. We can't level the nursing range on the Maeguana, that's true, but that alone is not enough to make the Maewing stand out. And don't get me wrong, I like using the Maeguana now, and I'm still a big Maewing fan, but in times where we might have to consider if every animal in the game still has its place, I'm not sure if 2 almost identical animals should be in the game if they claim the same niche. A potential TLC idea for the Maewing could be to let it take over the imprinting of creatures. That would make the Maeguana be a Maewing light, while the Maewing still holds a space in the breeder's roster. This would not only give the Maewing a unique purpose, but would also streamline the imprinting process and make it easier for solo players and low time commitment breeders to raise quality dinos. It would also help the time commitment issues that ARK in general has. Making certain tasks easier will open the game to more players. So what do I think? Is it worth it? It's a giant map that will become even bigger once it's done. It's already polished and has an insanely good performance. I'm excited over the many ways to get good items and good tames, as the tame level distribution heavily favors high-level creatures. It does have a Migana, which is one of the more important tames for ASA right now, and it also has cyan-colored drops, which provide high-end capped blueprints for those who first open them. Also, astral creatures who roam the map are an improved alpha creature, and while not tameable, their inventories provide high-end gear as well once killed. There's already a full circle of content to play through, and more to come. Extinction content has been included, but not just as a copy-paste job, but integrated into the theme of the map, and we love that. The map has a unique style and a feel to it, and it's not just another iteration of the island, but its very own thing. There are risks, yes, but with Nikatos as the developer, I'm less worried. He delivers what he imagines a map to look like. He's also very transparent about challenges and changes that might happen, and has explanations to design choices. And while there is a chance that the direction of the map might shift or change, it wouldn't come as a surprise, but would be announced beforehand. The debate about paid early access DLC content is valid, also the worries, but it's also important to consider that Nikatos is not employed with Wildcard, and seeing him getting paid for the work he does for sure is a motivation to throw some money in. And everyone who's still concerned and wants finished content, they can simply wait and get Astraeos once it is done. I'm personally excited where the journey will go, as Astraeos has the potential to become, just as Fjordur, a fan favorite. But let me please know, what do you think? Have you played Astraeos, and what's your opinion? Or will you wait until it's finished? I'll be continuing to explore Astraeos as the development progresses. So if you're interested in updates, guides and more gameplay, be sure to subscribe to the channel and also follow me on my Twitch.